Lauren is with us in Chicago. Hey, Lauren, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Sure. How can I help?
I'm a long-time listener.
Thank you.
And you've helped me a lot over the past year, so I appreciate you. I wish I was calling with a different question, but this is the question I have. It's sort of a moral and financial conflict, if you will, and I would appreciate your feedback. My ex-husband, he has a terminal illness. We have two children, and they're 11 and 14. We don't unfortunately have a good relationship. We're in court a lot and things like that, but overall, this is just the status right now. So he's created an estate plan and a trust for the kids to cover their expenses. He claims it will cover everything, whatever they could want, their weddings, college, and that they both be paid out at about, I think, the age of 30. Maybe $1 million each, somewhere around there. Per our divorce decree, we have an obligation to hold a life insurance policy for each other, with the children listed as beneficiaries and then the other parent as a trustee. My ex is stating to me that he will not allow for me to have what he considers a financial windfall or benefit from his death in any way. And he wants me to sign away my rights to the $250,000 life insurance policy. And in return, he is offering to pay me a monthly stipend until the children are 18. He states if I do not agree that he will bury all of this money that they would otherwise inherit, and has what he calls a poison pill or something in his plan, and the kids will not see any of it at any time. I just want to know morally what you thought about this as far as, what a mother should do in this kind of situation.
I don't do extortion.
Yeah.
And I'm really sorry this gentleman is sick, but what you've described to me is sick and evil.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so I would look at him and say, you will abide by the divorce decree, and I will be staying on this. If you choose to penalize your own children, that does not make a statement about me. That makes a statement about you and what kind of man you are and what kind of legacy you're going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's bluffing.
Yeah.
He has manipulated you for years.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's a master manipulator.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bully, and he's an extortionist. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
This is not the first time you've experienced this emotion with this man while married to him and post-divorce as well, right?
This is not the first time.
Yeah, he constantly pulls this kind of crap.
Yes.
Yeah, and he doesn't follow through.
Mm-hmm. Well, I usually give in somewhat, and so I usually worry about the long-term effects. I usually give too much, honestly. I give in too much. And, at this point, I've moved on with my life. We've been divorced 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm remarried.
Here's the thing.
I can support my children.
How are your? What do you make a year?
My husband and I make about $275.
Okay, so you don't need any of this money, and your kids will be fine. Your kids will be fine.
They will.
Yeah. No, I would tell him to that I'm really sorry you're sick, but what you're proposing to me is is in violation of our agreement, and so we will be sticking with the agreement. You'll be leaving me on the policy. If you do not, immediately I will have the court intervene. And you not leaving money to your kids is not a statement about me. It's a statement about you. So what legacy do you want to leave? How do you want your children and therefore your grandchildren to remember you? Mm-hmm. And it's up to you how you want to act. I can't control if you want to be evil and misbehave. That's up to you. But that's how you're going to be remembered. And then you can decide what you want to do. And if you want to leave the kids nothing, it'll be okay. We'll take care of them.
Right. And so you think morally, if they did ultimately end up with nothing, because obviously this is a very dark,
that would be
proposal
his
and everything.
fault,
it's
not yours.
Not my.
It's his fault.
Right.
It's not yours.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's his fault. Morally.
Mm-hmm.
Morally.
Right.
If he chooses to not leave his children money as a vindictive act against his ex-wife because she would not cave to his manipulation, that is evil.
Right.
That's evil.
Right. Okay.
And, I think it is high time for your mental health's sake that you stand up and you just say, I'm just not going to play.
Right.
I'm not going to. You do what you want to do, but I do not. I want you to hear loud and clear that you have done nothing wrong.
Right.
He may or may not do something wrong. But I would call him out. I would just say, how do you want to be remembered?
Yeah, well, I did. During this, we met and had a small, short conversation about it, and he said that he just does not care, that he will not die having me benefit in any way.
That's sorry. That's what the divorce court
what will
said.
happen, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's fine. If you want to be remembered as a complete twerp who's evil and misplaced his priorities in vindictiveness, you place vindictiveness over the care of your children, and you want that to be your legacy, that's fine. You just decided that. But it's not up to me. It's up to you. Because, no, I'm not caving.
Right.
Tell him to stick it in his ear. I can't... Man, what a horrible person.
I know. Yeah, it's terrible.
I can't think that...
Something bad even
I can't
worse,
think how I would be so mad at someone that I would punish my children to keep them from having something. I just can't imagine that I would get there. I mean, this guy, he's got real issues, and it's sad that he's terminal. I'm so sorry, because what a horrible thing. But no, you do what you want to do. You ask my opinion. I don't do extortion, and so it's do your worst. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and then you have to decide what you're going to do. But I'm not going to be told what to do because you threatened me. That's extortion. And never. Matter of fact, I have a real tendency to not do things that are wise sometimes just to not be threatened into something. It's kind of a hillbilly thing, I think. Kind of a redneck thing. Just because you told me that means I'll never do it. That thing.